This is part two. Um, my phone just stopped recording as I was talking about how I was trying to get a work from home job for the same company that I worked for as a customer service representative when I drove to Daytona. I'm going to talk faster because I don't know why recording the video now, it just stopped, and it didn't do that before, so I don't know what's going on with my phone. But anyway, so I was trying to get that work from home job. I got the job. We had a Zoom interview, and then they told us when the Zoom training would start. And then about a couple weeks later, we got back on Zoom, and you had to answer some question and answer a couple questions, and I forget how many people, maybe 20 some people. So whoever answered the question the fastest, that's how they determined who was first in line to pick their regular schedule after training. So everybody answered the questions, and then whoever answered first, finished answering those questions first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That's the order that they let you pick your regular work schedule. So we did all of that. They sent the computer to my home and everything like that. And then a week before training class started, I didn't get the job. Now, there was a young lady that, I'm just going to say, two people that worked for the same company. One of them, after COVID, one of them was working from home, and the other one, she quit working for the same company. And the one that quit working for the same company, I asked her, I said, you don't, because she was looking for a job. I said, you don't want to work back for company that we worked for before? I said, I'm about to get a work from home job. And I told her, I was hired, training was going to start, and I picked my regular schedule. So I told her that, and she stayed in touch with the young lady who was still working for the company but worked from home. So I don't know, in between telling her that, I get my computer and set it up, and I needed to call a technician because I was having problems with part of setting up my computer or whatever. Was I set it up, but as far as going through the little whatever other part that you had to do, anyway, some little steps that you had to complete. Um, Next thing you know, I don't have the job, so I'm thinking the conversation went like the young lady that I told that was no longer working for the company went and told the other young lady that was still working for the company, work from home. I'm thinking that she probably said, oh, yeah, I see y'all gonna hire Jackie back. She was the one that had that sleeping disorder. But the next thing you know, I no longer had a job. Now I done filled out paperwork, the contract, and who sends a computer to somebody that you didn't hire? Who has a Zoom meet and have you pick out your regular work schedule after your training schedule? Who does that? So now I'm stuck with the task of turning their computer back to them. So anyway, this happened. I thought I had the job. But anyway, I prayed and God, made a job come through working at the thrift store right on time for me to make my first payment. So I'm trying to talk faster because I don't know why this phone cuts off. And so I had to break this video up into part two. If you watch part one and it ended abruptly, this is part two. So let me go ahead and show you my van before it cuts off, and I had to have a part three video. Getting out of my van, and this knee, you probably can't see me all that well because of the sun, but the problem I have with this knee is when I have to straighten up in a standing position. It's painful for my knee bone to lock in place. Before I can take a step, I have to wait till the knee joint locks in place, and it's a painful procedure. Yeah, somebody's, said, different people sent me messages. You ought to get surgery first before starting van life. It's not an option. It wasn't an option, Even when I was sharing a place with my son, I'm like, I have no one to take care of me. So let me show you. I hope it's not too dark in this van. It's a little messy, but let me show you. Okay, so there's my panels that I keep in. There's my refrigerator. One side, that's the freezer, that's the fridge. That's my bed. You can't see it because I got so much stuff on it. I got pillows and stuff like that. This little shade thing right here, I propped this up in the back window because I wasn't able to make blackout panel. Back there, you see that's a 5-drawer chest, but the drawers I have to access from lifting the hatch because I can't pull them open from the inside. So on the other side, I have a hamper, and it's got Vanlife stuff in it, you know, like my battery booster, like in case my battery died, I can give my own self a boost. So like this is my shade. I prop pillows up on top of the hamper back there, and put this blackout shade over it to kind of like black out that window so you can't see in the back. But like I said, it's not a pretty picture. Right past this refrigerator, that is my Echo Flow. And so this screen thing, it's just crawling on my leg. It's normally back here in the window. Like I said, my bed is covered with stuff, you know. I got my pillows, but it's a cot. It's a cot. And a lot of this stuff, you know, I place on the front seat. Those pillows I have propped up there to help this black shade black out the window. But this stool right here, this is some whole thing of coffee creamer and some iced coffee that went bad because I put it in my fridge last week, but I couldn't figure out how to keep my refrigerator going. Now I figured that out. This stool right here, this stool is what I use to sit on and then lift my legs into the van. Once I sit on it and lift my legs into the van, then I can sit over on the cot, underneath the cot. Because the floor is uneven, I had to put some plywood under the legs of this cot to make it sit even. But it's a camping cot. I bought these little covers from this little twin size bedspread from Target's, was 50% off. Then I have padding on the cot. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, to show you with one hand, but I have padding under the cot. It's just some yoga mats and some another little air mattress type of, not a regular air mattress, but there's some little mattress that I had. But let me see if I can show you the back. So yeah, it's messy right now. It's not really neat, like, you know, you can see my whole bed. That's just a bunch of pillows on top of it, but I lay my head towards the end. But there's my my blackout shades that I keep in, you know, the second and third row of windows. My Lucy light, which they ought to have another method of charging it, because if there's no sun, I can't recharge that little Lucy light hanging there. So they ought to have a second way of charging that light back up, because it stays on for a while once it gets charged up. So that ought to remind me to take it down and put it up in my front window and get some sun. Hold on for a minute. Let me lay the phone down. So you guys can hear me. I'm trying to take this little light out so I can put it up in my front thing in my dash and get some sun. So I'm gonna toss that up in there and get solar charged. But anyway, told you guys it's not a pretty sight. Just pillows everywhere, fan, stuff like that. Let me show you the back. I hope this time that stuff don't come crashing down on me like it did in the parking lot up the street at 7-Eleven. So I'm gonna cautiously open this back hatch. The sun is bright, So I don't know how well you can see this, but so this is like my 4 drawer little hatch. This top drawer has my clothes, and this second drawer has my clothes. This third drawer, it just has some stuff for van life. Same for the fourth drawer, which is kind of hard to open because of this little thing right here. Then this is a hamper that I have full of stuff that is needed for van life. And then this is my kitchen pantry, full of seasonings and noodles and stuff like that. And then hold on for a minute. Forgive me, y'all. I had to this phone is acting crazy. I had to grab this container with 2 hands. This is all of my hair care products in this container, which was rolling around in 7-Eleven parking lot last week. So this is how it looks in the back. My hamper with my 2 containers, and then on this side, this drawer with some of my clothes. But I really need this 4-drawer hamper. Forgive me, motorcycles passing. I need this 4-drawer container for all of my clothes, because I got more clothes, and that's why they're on the front seat. And speaking of clothes, I just put some clothes in here that I bought from Walmart's, because like I said, my clothes is on the front seat is shorts and short tops. So I went to Walmart's in St. Augustine and I found some stuff on clearance. Well, 2 pair of pants is regular price, but I found some long sleeve shirts and stuff on clearance. So I put them in that drawer. But I want to tell you about that experience. I'm in a riding cart. I'm at the register. And so I'm ringing up my stuff, scan the stuff. Then all of a sudden on the screen, it needs a employee's approval code. So the guy comes over, punching his approval code. And so then after I scanned more items of clothing, I decided the 2 pair of pants that I didn't try on, I didn't want them. They were clearance. But I bought 2 pair that was regular price. This is my junky front seat. So I had the guy come and take off the 2 pair of pants that I didn't want, that was on clearance. So he came, punched his little code in, took those pants off, and then the next thing you know, I scan another item, then the screen pops up again. It needs an employee code. So this other young man comes over and he's like, "What's the problem? Something's wrong." And he starts scrolling up and down the screen looking at all the items I must have bought. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of clothing, all clearance except for the 2 pair of pants. So it pops up on the screen for an employee to come punch in the doggone code for a second time now. So he's scrolling up and down looking at everything that I scanned, and he says something's wrong with this machine. I'm gonna have to take you over on the register. So he canceled out my order and took me over to a register. So I said, "Isn't this awfully funny that I'm scanning this stuff, and 2 times it needs somebody to come over and punch in a code?" So he takes me over to the register and starts ringing stuff up, and I notice he got one of the shirts, and he's looking at the tag, and then he's looking at the code and comparing the code on the tag. And I'm like just shaking my head, this little cheap Walmart clothes. If y'all think I'm trying to steal something, I don't need to buy this little Walmart clothes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I was living in Michigan, I was a walking distance away from Walmarts, and I could not stand Walmarts. I really can't stand them now, but I don't have very many long pairs of pants and stuff, and now they are all possibly to the back of my storage unit. So I'm like, if I see some pants and long sleeve shirts I'm a, in clearance at Walmart's. I'm gonna get them to keep in here because I noticed the days are getting cooler, and I know how cold it can get in Florida. One, I think, um, not this past Christmas. Christmas is last year. Well, that was last year. But since I had this van, I tried to sleep in the van Christmas Eve, and it was so cold. My son texted me like, "Ma, it's gonna be so and so below. Please come in the house." And I had warmed the car up, got it all warm, and that's before I figured out how to let all the seats down into the floor. So the third row of seats, I was trying to sleep on that, but as I say, this van, it gets more narrow towards the back, and it was like a little console that was between the second row of seats, and I couldn't figure out how. I thought it was supposed to be let down into the floor, and I'm like, now I know they'll make this van for all of the seats to fold into the floor, but this console sits up in the way. And so I figured out you had to like literally remove the console from out of this van, and it's in my storage unit. It's like a little console with cup holders and stuff like that. It's like a little short seat that was in between the seats on the left and right for the second row. So anyway, y'all, yeah. So he rings up all of my stuff all over again, but I noticed he just took his time looking at the tag and making sure the tag on the inside of the shirt. He spent all this time on this one top, like, I was trying to steal something, and that was just so insulting to me. I was just so mad, and I'm like, y'all never get my business again at the Walmarts. Okay, and so now I want to tell you about another experience I had before this phone cuts off. It was nighttime. I put in my son's driveway, so I moved stuff to the front seat so I can be able to sit down and everything and lay on my bed. So I'm moving stuff, and I feel something sticky, just a little bit. So I proceed to move more stuff off my bed and put it in front, and then the next thing my little blackout curtain was sticky. Okay, so I've learned how to make those frappe things like McDonald's have. I buy almond milk. I put a little coffee creamer in there, and I put some caramel sauce, and I blend it in a blender, drink it cold. And so that's how I was making my coffees, going to work to keep me, last me through the day. So I had that here, and I bought some hot coffee at McDonald's one day, and so then I had the Hershey's caramel sauce that I squeezed into my cup of coffee, and then I put it back in the bag with my Maxwell House instant coffee and some other little clear coffee stuff that I can't think of the name of it. So anyway, I'm moving these bags and stuff, put them on the front seat. I look, tell me why, that Hershey's bottle of caramel sauce lid was open, and the whole full bottle emptied out. It was just oozing out of the plastic bag. It was all on this blackout curtain that I had, and I had two twin size quilts on the bed, and it got on both twin size quilts and another little blanket. Thank God I had some Lysol all-purpose cleanser. I had paper towels. I had to bag up the two quilts and the blanket and the blackout curtain, because after putting some laundry detergent on it and trying to wipe them down with paper towel, I'm like, forget this. And I had a yoga mat. It had the caramel sauce all on it, so I had to clean all of that stuff up before I can even lay down. And at the time, as soon as I get in the back, I lock the door, punch the button on my key fob, and I couldn't find my keys. So I was right in the process of searching for my keys when I discovered the caramel sauce all over the place. So after I finally cleaned the place up, then I had to search for my keys. And yeah, that was an experience. So I'm like, I had to just be more careful. So I had to replace some iced coffee in a carton that I had in my refrigerator because it wasn't staying on. This is before I figured out how to keep my refrigerator going. Again, I charged up my EcoFlow this morning in my son's driveway. Him and his girlfriend left to take the baby to the doctor, and so then he keeps a power cord in his truck. So I put my EcoFlow in there and charged it up 100%. And right now the EcoFlow has the refrigerator going, But the other day, just to be on the safe side, I just had some pepperoni slices and some cheese, and I put that on the freezer side along with some smoothie type of drinks and everything. So this is gonna be my days, hanging out at the beach. I'm too chicken right now to use my stove and use my propane. I'm just not feeling secure with that. I'd rather try it first time outdoors, because I don't know if I could make a mistake and it leak, and that'll be the end of me. Go to sleep and don't wake up. So I'm not feeling too secure about using that inside, even though I took some gutter guards, and I can't show them to you now. Let me see if I can show them to you. I took gutter guards. I saw this on someone else's video where they took gutter guards and made some ventilation for their second row of windows, so when they cook with propane or butane, they can get some ventilation. But I'm not trying to cook here at the beach. If I was at someplace at a park where I have a little more privacy, or the campground. But let me see if I can slide out one of them back in the back here. Let me see. Slide out one of these things to show you what I made for my windows. I thought I can cut these things with some scissors. Not. Okay, so this is a gutter guard for your gutters. See how long it is. And I thought I measured my second row windows, the width, and I thought I can cut it with scissors, but my son had to saw it down to size. So let me show you. And so it goes up here in the window like this, and it sits on top of the glass of the window, and you let the window down some. And so I can get some ventilation whenever I do decide to cook in the van. I have one for each side, and I can get some ventilation. But the holes in these gutter guards is large enough for mosquitoes to come through. So I sat one day and hot glued these screens on this side. Right here are hot glued screens. So if mosquitoes come through these holes on this side, they're gonna be stuck in there because of these screens that I hot glued onto them, where they can't get past these screens and come in here and chew me up like they did the other day. The other night, my name was Jackie Chan. I was karate chopping mosquitoes all over the place. I think I trapped in like about 8 mosquitoes, and they were all up on my ceiling waiting to chew me up, and they got me good. They got me real good behind my knees and all around my ankles. And so I have like some oil that I use on my hair. I take either grapeseed oil, olive oil, and I put peppermint essential oil. So I've been rubbing that on my arms and legs. And then what I do now is, when I'm ready to climb in the back and I'm in my son's driveway, I blast the air. I have it freezing cold in my van. So when I open the door and mosquitoes think they're gonna fly in, they fly right back out, because I have it chilly in here. So yeah, this is gonna be my life for a while, y'all. I just wanted to give you an update. I feel so much rest, so much better, much more rest now. I was exhausted from the move and sleeping on that futon, but this cot holds up pretty good. So this is gonna be my life for a little while. I've been burning too much gas driving around trying to figure out what to do. I gotta find a place to sit still, because I'm burning more gas than I want to burn. My goal is to pay down these credit cards so I can finally hit the road. And also, in my first video, I said I bought a book off of Amazon called The Next Stop. It's not called The Next Stop. It's called The Next Exit. And it lists every exit, off the highway for every state. And at every exit that they list, they show you what's available. When you come up those exits, like whether it's a Walmart, Cracker Barrel, Joe's, hotels, stores, some everything. So I'll be putting that book to use. But I went to my storage unit yesterday, and it is, oh my God, it is so buried in storage. It's going to take all my energy. I'm going to have to prepare for the day when I go to look for stuff that I need when I get ready to hit the road. I had so much stuff on my final move out of the duplex, and I had all this stuff in this van that I thought I can keep with me, and it was piled to the ceiling. I'm like, I can't even get in here and lay down. And I was so tired, so I went and bought a couple more storage containers, piled all that stuff in containers, and stored it in my unit. So when I get ready to hit the road, I got some stuff that I need to take with me. But I just wanted to update, and I want to thank you guys, all of you, for visiting my channel, for all of you who has subscribed to my channel. I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, because I had like 13 subscribers, and I'm now at, I think, 173 or something like that. You guys, I appreciate you. God bless you, and I plan to keep you updated on my journey. So far, this van life has not been bad at all. I'm enjoying the freedom. I get up with nothing to do. I decide what I'm going to do, go get some coffee, a breakfast sandwich. But now I'm so frustrated with my knee. I went to the store and I looked for smoothies and green drinks, buy one, get one free. I bought me some turmeric and black pepper because I'm so tired of this knee. I put a bottle of icy water on my knee. It was hurting so bad. So I said, because, I was starting a plant-based diet, and I was feeling so much better. I was able to stand better. I wasn't having as much pain. But since I've been living this life and I'm not cooking from out of my van, I've been going back to restaurants that I said I wasn't going to go to anymore. But I want to get back on my plant-based diet, because I was buying plant-based foods, and I fixed a pot of grits and had my little plant-based sausages, and I was losing the weight. And I noticed one thing: I'm getting less exercise than when I was in my place, because I'm sitting all day in my van. And I'm not moving. I'm not even moving around like I did when I was in my place. So I got to do better when I start working out at the gym. But anyway, I wanted to keep you guys updated. So I'm going to drink a lot of green juices. And like today, I bought some juices, like 2 for $6, whatever. And it was a matcha drink, actually. And it had a little turmeric in it. So I put some more turmeric and black pepper in it. And I'm going to be on that little kick until, my knee feels better. And I figure out whether I get brave enough to use my camping stove and propane on the inside. But I wouldn't do that here at the beach, and really there's no other place to hang out, except for like little plaza parking lots and people. I'll find the emptiest. Like the other day, I got me some breakfast, and McDonald's is right across from this little plaza of other stores, and I found this big old section of the parking lot that was completely empty. Tell me why this lady comes and pulls up right next to me. Like, why do people do that? You find the emptiest part of the parking lot where there's no cars, and somebody comes and pulls up right next to you. Like, they don't, it's obvious that, somebody that finds an empty part of the parking lot, you want some privacy, you want your own space, you don't want to be all crowded up with the other cars. And she comes and pulls right up. And that happened twice already. And I just don't understand it, why people do that. But anyway, I just want to keep you all posted on my journey for this phone. Because I want to end this saying thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for growing my channel. And I look forward to giving you guys good content. Camping adventures. Stealth camping. Attempting to stealth camp in other states. I look so forward to getting out of Florida and traveling. I'm going to try to get on my sleep medication and everything, but I just want to come on, give you guys an update and say thank you for the words of encouragement, for all the advice and everything. I appreciate you guys. Until the next video, love and peace. Bye.